There's been lots of movies over the years to feature cannibalistic, undead, brainless zombies. Night of the Living Dead, Zombieland, and my personal favorite, Confessions of a Shopaholic. But there's never been a weekly series devoted to zombies until now.
One of the great things I loved about him in the book and wanted to bring to the show was the fact that he's an everyman, and he's flawed. You know, he's a human being. His marriage isn't going particularly well. He's not the best communicator emotionally. He's very loyal. He's very honorable, but sometimes he's driven too much by his work. But he's an ordinary guy. I mean, I think that that's one of the most important things. That I just didn't want him to be this impenetrable superhero. And I said to Frank that every time he fires a bullet or wields an axe, it has to cost him. Otherwise, the audience won't relate to him, you know.
We sort of put a lot of backstory into who Shane and Rick and Laurie were, and that they were three best friends. They all grew up together. Shane was the kind of guy who would sort of roll in for dinner unannounced, pull up a plate, nobody really talked about it. He was really a best friend to the family, and he's Rick's best friend. He's his number two man. He takes his lead from him. Personally, I think he's a real loyal friend who only was trying to do what was right. And things get really, really confusing once you get a taste of what it's like to be in the number one position, whether it's with a woman, whether it's with power. And it's sort of an age-old tale. And hopefully, we really get to explore a lot of the sort of nooks and crannies of that.
Can you talk about who your character was before the zombie outbreak and who he is after?
Yes.
How it's changed him?
Yeah, he was kind of fledgling, like, didn't know what to do with life, pizza delivery boy. I think he kind of just coasted through, wasn't really sure who he was. And then once this happened, I think it really became his opportunity to figure out what kind of man he can be.
She's a human rights lawyer who's just very impassioned about helping others, and when the apocalypse happens, there are no courtrooms, but she continues to have a really strong moral compass, and she cares about people.
I can tell you that I'm the brother, one half of a badass brother ex-con team. The other brother is Michael Rooker. You know, it's like in this world, there's just pockets of people trying to survive.
Before the zombie outbreak, he was just a regular, mainstream middle class, blue collar / white collar worker. Then the zombie attack came and he just freaked out.
Jim is a mechanic and leads a normal life. He's got a wife and kids. And then the outbreak happens and everything gets turned upside down for him. This whole world becomes completely different from anything he's ever known.
Well, knowing what you know now, I have to ask, what tool do you recommend using to survive a zombie apocalypse?
If there's a lot of them, and you want a quick getaway, a quad bike would be good with maybe a flamethrower.
Pickaxe, knife, and shotgun.
I'm pretty badass with a crossbow, so maybe a crossbow.
Me personally, my character had a lot of anger because of what had happened to him and people he knew. So the bat, you're right there, and you feel like you're actually a part of it. The gun's so disconnected that you don't really get anything out of it.
So we spoke with all the stars and the creators of The Walking Dead tonight here in Hollywood, and I'm Joe McCabe, and you're watching FEARnet, and I hope to see you guys again soon, real soon. Hopefully. Somebody say help, please, please.